The Michael Beasley, an all-time betting scandal edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gaming Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code BOMBS. And now, with that, here we come.
Bring me everyone. What do you mean everyone?
Everyone!
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum. Put that on camera. You're a creep.
Bad luck just seeing a thing like that.
I am not a fucking loser!
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to the Man and the Box and the Bottom Line Bombast. Good luck to you.
Oh, man, come on. What the fuck? Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the laddie daddy, the scumbagger Vance, the man in the box. Sorry, I get a little tech problems. That's what happens when you get a new bumper. Let me play that again. Let me start that over again. First of all, welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs, the show picks with bits for tobacco use only. It's Monday, June 30th, last day of June on Monday. Maybe that's it. 4th of July coming up. Maybe that's why I'm a little out of it here. But yeah, I just got a new bumper I wanted to play for you.
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to the Man and the Box and the Bottom Line Bombast. Good luck to you.
The Bottom Line Bombastic. He didn't even say bombastic. He said bombs. That, of course, is the great Lou Holtz, father of Skip Holtz, UFL coaching legend. Just kidding. The famous Notre Dame football coach, Lou Holtz. Welcome. That was from a. I'm not going to lie to you. He wasn't on the show. I'm the commissioner of a fantasy football league, and last year on Cameo, I got the great Jim Miller, former quarterback for the Bears, on this radio to do the draft order for our league. Thought it'd be fun, and he was great, and he was cheap. He was fantastic. So I'm like, well, this year I'm going to up the ante, and I went Lou Holtz. I hired Lou Holtz to do the draft order for my fantasy football league, and also I had him while I was paying, while he was on the tab. I'm like, why don't you say, listen to the Man in the Box? I'll act like you're on the show, you know?
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to the Man and the Box and the Bottom Line Bombast. Good luck to you.
And as you can hear there, he didn't really get the assignment so well. He mispronounced, not that he mispronounced words. He said he did his own thing, kind of. Kind of like how Christopher Walken, they say he takes away all the punctuation in scripts because he wants to say the sentences the way he wants to. That's how Holtz was. But then he didn't do any draft order or anything. He just read everything back that I wrote to him in the exact same order. But you know what? God bless Lou. He's and also towards the end, he almost I'm not gonna say almost died on us, but if you're in any death pools, I'd get a little share of Lou Holtz.
And people that are productive.
That was Lou. That was one take, Lou. Should we reshoot that, Lou? No, we're good. Give it to him. Put it on there. Are you sure? Because you almost died, right? Yeah, I know. Just get it in there. So it was kind of a sad thing, but God bless Lou Holtz and his grandkids, who are obviously holding him hostage and forcing him to do Cameo videos because he has money. There's no way he needs money. Either way, it was sad. It keeps him busy. Anyway, if you're listening live on X, why don't you hop on over to YouTube? You can join the chat like Feech, who says the Bombino. That's right. Baseball Bombino is here. I'll get into it. I'm going to give out some more baseball series bombs. I gave them out last week, and we did good. We went 2-0-1. So we'll go do that. there's not too much to talk about otherwise in the sports world. There's other things that happened, of course. We had our golf bombs. We hit our smash play with Ben Griffin over Keegan Bradley. That matchup play. He just slipped out of the top 10 though. Ben Griffin, a kid who won 120-1. Good God, he was on a couple of people's lists too. Oh well, what are you gonna do? But me, I like wasting money on Cam Young every week. Why not? So I'll give out some baseball series bombs. I'll talk about the Malik Beasley story. Then I'm going to go down some famous betting scandals in sports. Since people like talking about how betting scandals are new to sports now that it's in FanDuel and legal places, like that is not the case, obviously. And of course, A Man in a Box, another movie review, hit a summer blockbuster. Like we said, this is the week where July 4th is coming up. So I'll have just a program note, real quick, C-generates. You have me for a full hour today. You're welcome. I'm about to give you, less than an hour now because I'm 5 minutes into it. More of me. You're getting the brand of me, my styles, and picks with bits. Wednesday, I'll be doing another show, of course, with a big hot dog eating contest preview, since that's on Friday. A lot of bets to be made there. And then I drive to Vegas with Ryan Kramer to do more $20 or $20 million updates. And my next bet, I'll be on the VSiN show, which is that Thursday night in studio in Vegas. Then I think I'm judging the Bikini Wiener contest at Circa. I'll be in Vegas there for the weekend. And in the week after that is what I'm trying to get to. There will be no shows. That is a week off. They're taking a week off here for vacation studio. I will also be taking off. I'm going to be doing certain things. Who knows? I've been around to golf. Maybe go to Universal. Never done that. And then drive somewhere. Somewhere nice. Somewhere where there's no cell phone reception. Like, I don't know, where those big trees are. Where's that? Saquon? Not Sedona. What is it? What the hell is it? Why can't I think of Sequoia? Saquon National Park. See, I'm already thinking of football, but I promise myself there's no NFL previews, none of that stuff until at least July, for crying out loud. If baseball, it's due. But after that week off, then it's British Open. So we'll come back there and we'll start right with 3-and-outs, football, NFL previews, British Open, things like that. We'll have a hell of a summer. I'm not taking all summer off like Scott Van Pelt announced the other day for his Sports Center show. They're off till August 28th. What? You're a fucking news show. So, and I get it. He should, take your personal vacation and all. Whatever, 2 weeks, but let's go, buddy. Where's America? Taking all summer off. You do highlights. The news, you can't just take off the news. Not to the news, but whatever. That's what ESPN's become. It's become 4 people that get $100 million and they make the rules. So whatever. God bless them. Enjoy your time off. It's the summer. I get it. It's tough, but we're doing it. We're doing it here. That's for sure. Speaking of doing it, you can listen to every podcast episode on this network for free just by subscribing to the SGPN feed. So get it wherever you get your podcasts. All right, where was I talking about now? Lou Holtz, the golf assignment, the draft golf range. Let's get into the baseball here in a bit. Let me take a quick swig of LaCroix, unprofessionally. Speaking of unprofessional. People announcing their vacations. Hilarious. Like I said, we went 2-0-1 last time. So this is how I'm tackling baseball, I think. Just the series bets. That way it stretches it out. Once you get in that daily baseball bet routine, it could take you out. It's tough. It's a tough one to master. But it is a summertime, so we got to play. Let's get into first series, and this is going to have a certain theme to it because also over the weekend we lost the great Dave Parker. Hall of Famer, who's going into the Hall of Fame in a month. The Cobra, one of the greatest baseball players ever that I saw. He was huge. 6'6", 250, the Cobra. Played for the Pirates, played for the Reds, played for Oakland. He played for Oakland like in 1990 and was still hitting home runs for that Bash Brother team. He played for like 18 years. It was insane how good he was. A lot of drugs, and that's why he's not in the Hall of Fame. He's going in the Hall of Fame next month. I mean, what? Why did it take till 2025 to get Dave Parker in the Hall of Fame? Because of baseball writers. They're the worst people. He got caught using cocaine. Who gives a shit? You think that helped him? I mean, it helped him in his life. Sure, he's Dave Parker. Why not? I'd be a little worried if Dave Parker was not on cocaine. Apparently he would, you want to talk about discipline? Plate discipline? This is plate discipline. Dave Parker, he would go, play in a hot AstroTurf at Three Rivers Stadium or Riverfront Stadium on his huge knees of his and lumber around, throw people out, hit 2 home runs, go out at night, take barbiturates, drink, do coke with a couple sallies, and then plate discipline, he would always leave one line of blow on his nightstand for the morning so he'd wake up fresh as a daisy. That's plate discipline. That's my Hall of Famer. That's the Cobra. R.I.P. Cobra. He was going into the Hall of Fame next month. He was eligible in 1996. He should have been in right then and there. But they had a big class in 1996, so I guess they couldn't squeeze him in. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. They let nobody in 1996. Who these writers? I love these gatekeeper writers. No, you didn't do Warren Spahn, the Moon, and Grover Cleveland, and the Turtles. You did cocaine. Ty Cobb stab a guy in the stands or something. What insane. Nobody got in 1996. They don't let Dave Parker in. Then the next year, they let one guy in. It was like Phil Necro or somebody. They're the absolute worst. So the Cocaine Cobra, these series bets are dedicated to you. Start off with your Pirates. They're playing the Cardinals. Start off the day. It's basically a coin flip. St. Louis is -115. Pittsburgh is -105. I know the Pirates just swept the Mets and beat the living bejesus out of them, but I think the Mets are a mess right now. I think the Pirates are a little overvalued, coming riding fat and sassy off of sweeping the Mets. Anyone can sweep the Mets. I want to take these Cardinals at -115. You got Fed versus Heaney tonight. All these pitching matches are kind of a toss-up, except for Skeens, of course. You got to face Skeens tomorrow against Palente. But these Pirates, they're averaging one of the lowest run total in the league. They don't give Skeens any run support. Skeens is destined to go like 8-15 this year and win the Cy Young with a .0 ERA. And then in the third game, if we split those two, I'll take Sonny Gray against Keller. And we just got the better team. We got the better offense. We got the better bullpen. They're actually talking about trading the Pittsburgh closer. And so anyway, big Cocaine Cobra in honor of any team that Parker's played for. They did him wrong by not putting him in the Hall of Fame for the last 30 years. Although when I think of Dave Parker, you got all those great pictures of him smoking cigarettes in the dugout and wearing those great huge afro. And those 70s, We Are Family Pirates. They did a lot of blow. The Bambine blow, if you will. Anyway, either way, let's take the Cardinals -115 to win the series versus the Pirates. The fact that Dave Cobra played in 1990. It's like 18 years in and he was hitting like cleanup or fifth or something. It was Canseco, McGuire, then Dave Parker, and then Dave Henderson batting 6. Walt Weiss up there, Terry Steinbach. That team was great. They only won one more series, and it was a hurricane, it was earthquake one. No one even remembered. All right, next one. We're gonna take a little plus money here. I'm only giving you 2. I'm taking Cardinals -115, and the other one is Boston and Cincinnati. Red Sox are -155 favorites. Reds are +135 dog. I want to take the dog. This time I want to take these Reds. These Dave Parker Reds, Cobra. We just banked the Angels versus the Red Sox as a big dog or plus 130 dog. Now we got a plus 135 dog with the Reds. I mean, these Red Sox, I'm telling you, they're so overvalued. Granted, Crochet's pitching tonight. That's a problem. But the Reds are throwing Burns out there. That hot shot rookie who struck out like the first 6 Yankees he saw. Just like Skeens, Boston can easily let Crochet down. And Burns might be able to duel. It's going to be a great duel tonight. But even if we lose that, it's okay. Then we got Singer versus Fitz and Martinez versus Bello to finish it off. I kind of give the advantage to the Reds. And the Reds are a hot team. The Red Sox are not. This is a 1975 World Series rematch. This is what Interleague's all about. This is your Johnny Bench and Carlton Fists and Joe Morgans and good Lord. All those nauseating people that all the writers do like. Johnny Bench didn't have to wait 30 years to get in the Hall of Fame. You tell me he's better than Dave Parker? Sorry, getting upset. Anyway, let's bomb the Cincinnati Reds plus 135 in the series versus Boston. We get it done tonight with Burns, then we're just, shoo. That's just extra gravy. Extra gravy? I don't know. All right, I need to do some ad reads. Oh, look at this one. I got a new circle one. You think you know ball one? Think you know ball? See, generates? I know you do because you listen to my show. This ad, that banner I just put up is a little old. Then you have to enter the Circus football contest with $21 million in guaranteed prize. I know it says 16 right there, but it's $21 million. There's no rake. So if entries go above the guarantee, all extra money will go to the prize pool. Circa Million, you pick 5 teams against a spread each week, or you go for that ultimate sweat and Circa Survivor. There's even a Circa Grandissimo, $100,000 Survivor contest. I'm sure all you degenerates, we can pull ourselves together and buy a Grandissimo entry. You got to register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada, but it's a great trip to book a trip to Las Vegas. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com, use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. You already know I'm going to be in it. Get multiple entries, Survivor and Million, and you don't have to be in Vegas to bet the whole season. Just sign up, and then you have the proxy take care of the rest. It's a great thing. It is a great, exciting contest, especially the Survivor. Anyone can do it. It's great for the misses. If you want something to do with the lady wants, to get in on your football time, maybe split an entry with her. They can focus in on or tell her something to root for, just one team. Anyway, I'm not telling you how to do your relationship. You guys can figure that out. But I will tell you about my bookie. That's what brought to you by my bookie, AG. It's your place to bet on every sport, including MLB, WMA, golf, football futures, accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, lightning fast payout. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And we are back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the laddie daddy scumbagger Vince, the Bombino, if you will. Live from Eagle Rock, California. Like I said, all right, so those are baseball bombs. Talked a little Dave Parker. Talked a little Lou Holtz, who's a friend of the show now. He's a friend of the program. I just like when people say that on the radio. Friend of the program here in the summertime. Now let's get into what I put on the thumbnail. The Malik Beasley story. And the betting scandals that happened. Now, there's been quite a few of these NBA ones, NBA prop bets scandals. It seems like there's unusual betting activity. And because it's a slow time in summer, I want to talk about this story, but I also want to talk about other betting stories because people love reacting against the betting world and say, see, this is what happens when betting gets legal. It's so easy to fix games. You play, blah, blah, blah. That's what's going to happen, which is a pretty hilarious mentality. The thinking that it's that whole prohibition mentality where you believe that once it's legal, that's the only time it happens. Banning alcohol did not stop drinking. The same way banning drugs right now does not stop drug use. It's happening. Just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's not going to occur. Gambling has been happening for a long, long time. Fixing sports has been happening for a long, long time. And as a matter of fact, it's because it got legal that more light can be shined upon it. When you can tax it and you have regulations, because the sports books are the last people that want games to be fixed. So they're the ones that tell you, hey, listen, someone's betting a lot of money on Michael Beasley under 2.5 rebounds. What's going on here? You might want to take a look at it. The NBA would never know that, but the sports books do. Now, granted, I will give you this. The prop menu on all these games has definitely expanded in the last 5 years or so. DFS has a lot to do with that. And that causes a lot more opportunities for players to, this way you don't really point shave, but you could do things with props where it doesn't exactly affect the game. Now, what happens is it's hard to believe because players have so much money. Usually you're like, well, NBA players don't have, they have too much money, but when you start gambling and it's free money, why wouldn't you take it? Referees, that's a different story. We'll get into that in a second. It is funny though. So we should say these are just allegations that came out of Malik Beasley, who is a free agent, which is unfortunate timing for him that this gambling scandal is happening for them. But it is funny when people show the receipts, like, oh, look at this video from a game. So they now to go back and look at every play that he's ever played in to see if he's giving maximum effort. And of course, it's the NBA. You could get this with anyone, with people loafing around. I mean, you get LeBron James, whatever, anybody, But since it's Beasley and it's gambling thing, like, oh, yeah, he ain't beating these allegations. And there's one where he's just flat-footed and the guy runs right by him. All right, okay, not looking good, but it's also the NBA. Since when is he supposed to play defense? There was one that was hilarious where the point spread was like 8.5. Guy hits a free throw to make it 9 with like 5 seconds to go. And Beasley just grabs the ball, runs the length of the court, and dunks it at the buzzer to lose by 7. And he's like, yeah, he's like the only one celebrating. Like, okay, that doesn't look too good. All right, Malik, you might have, you might have sold yourself there. That's for sure. It's just crazy that, I mean, if he is guilty and he get kicked out of the league, the guy's made almost $50 million.
You lost it all.
No. Yeah. Technically.
Technically,
the problem is, so they have the videos of these stuff, which it's not even why he's being investigated for his year with the Pistons. It's the year before that when he was with the Bucks. So I want to go into some of the famous fixed gambling scandals, and this is a problem when it comes to players when they're told to fix a game or do anything like that. They're such great athletes. They're professional athletes, and they've been, dominant their entire lives and amazing at their sport at every level. They don't really know how to play bad convincingly. So when they start missing shots and stop playing defense, it looks like someone just like a frozen child out there, and they just whip the ball into the crowd. They really don't. They don't know how to play bad. Like, how do I do this? All I can do is be great. So you have to fix it, but you have to look the part. One of the famous ones, and then I'm going to rank this one of the all-time favorites, is the Ronnie Harmon Rose Bowl game. Iowa was undefeated. They were playing the Rose Bowl. They were playing UCLA. They were far better than them. Ronnie Harmon and Chuck Long. Chuck Long was the quarterback. Ronnie Harmon was the running back. He was amazing. He fumbled once all season long. And then in that game, in the Rose Bowl, which they wound up losing to UCLA, like 49-33 or something, he fumbled 4 times. It turns out later that there was a chance he had that someone not the mob themselves, but an agent gave him $50,000 to fix the game. It's never been proven, but his agents were tangled with mob and all that kind of stuff. He, of course, never admitted it, but he never fumbled all year. And then he fumbled 4 times in the Rose Bowl. And I swear, if you look at the highlights of his fumbles, one of those times, he's running towards the end zone, breaking free because he's better than everybody, Ronnie Harmon. And it's like he remembers at the 10-yard line, oh, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to score here because I'm going to make money. And so he literally just throws the ball backwards like hot potato, like a garter toss. Woo! Somebody get that. UCLA, it's all yours for $50,000. Now, granted, he should have took it. They weren't getting paid anything. That wouldn't happen to any. College players don't even get out of bed for $50,000 nowadays. The NIL money. But it is amazing because he just just launches the ball over his head. They just don't know how to play bad. Terry Donahoe is a coach at UCLA, defensive coordinator. He says that we checked the film and we saw some weaknesses with his ball handling. So we coached him up how to rip. Shut the fuck up, Terry Donahoe.
And once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
You coached up how to make him fumble. Okay. No, he got paid off and he threw the ball away. So that's one of my favorite things is when a player gets paid off, how to point shave, and they just don't know how to do it. You have to coach them on how to be bad. That's what the mob doesn't understand. And any of these guys that pay off, you can't just say, hey, okay, make it a 6-point game instead of a 10-point game or whatever. You have to make it look real. That's why you're better off paying someone who's not a player but that can affect the game, a la a referee. One of the most famous one recently is the NBA, Tim Donaghy. Tim Donaghy, a Delco Philly guy, of course.
All I gotta say is go fucking burn!
Oh, we apologize for that.
We apologize. Landon has.
Tim Donaghy, a referee from the Philadelphia area, one of those classic basketball referee you fucking assholes, hair slicked back. He gambled, got into it with some bookies, and he was down deep. And so he paid off by fixing games as a referee, which in the NBA is pretty easy to do, That story is incredible. He was friends with a name guy, Jimmy Baba the Sheep Batista, who would give him $2,000 to, fix a game. If it didn't turn out, it's all right. He wouldn't pay for it. But if it worked out, you get $2,000. So it was a nice little free roll for Donaghy. And worked out. Donaghy started getting, he got out of debt. But it was also a while. Then, one of my favorite parts about that, and it was just like over 7-8 years, Couple parts of my favorite story. One, once this got exposed, like the FBI, he served like 15 months in jail. The NBA did its own investigation and found out that he was just a lone wolf. No one else did this. Yeah, okay. Thanks, NBA. And the NBA told us that there's nothing to see here, everybody. No more shenanigans going on in our league. We looked into it. You did an investigation of the guy who's been fixing games for the last 8 years that you didn't know about? Yep, it's all fine. You can go back to trusting and betting on the NBA. But during this time when Donaghy owed a bunch of money to these bookies, he would fix games for them. And I guess you just call more fouls and less fouls to make it over under. I don't know specifically how he did it. You can watch his Netflix series if you want to get into that. But I also love when he said he would give tips to the mobsters like, hey, Scott Foster's refereeing this game and he hates Allen Iverson. So bet against the Sixers because he hates Allen Iverson. Trust me, I know. You can always tell. And the mob's like, yeah, we're not really interested in your tips at all, or your hunches, or your leans, or any information that you have. That's what got you here to begin with, is you betting on your information. We're not interested in that. We're interested in a sure thing, and that is you fixing games. So fix the games and keep your trends to yourself, Tim. All right? Thanks, buddy. And it worked out that way. It's fun. Now he's got his own podcast. He's doing whatever the hell he's doing. So basketball does have a problem. I think mainly because of the prop sheet, but it's not because gambling's legal. Trust me. The Bet Detective is on this, degenerates. The Bet Detective sniffs out lines, sniffs out bad lines. The Bet Detective sniffs out bad characters. Malik Beasley, suspicious. It's not quite the Johnny Porter. Porter was bad. Porter was like text messages. All right, don't worry, I'm coming out with an eye injury. Terry Rozier was trying to get his Instagram model some free parlays. Beasley, it'll be interesting to see what happens. He had to have been paying for somebody else. So now that's going to be dating. Now they're going to make that next. If now, I bet you that's the reaction they have. All these states like Jersey, to make have the legalized sports, but they were like, if you bet for someone else, they're going to act like that's like racketeering basically, and put you to jail for 50 years. Anyway, all right. Those are 3 of the betting scandals. Let me take a quick ad read, and when we come back, I'll go down some more, even more betting scandals that have rocked the sporting world as we go through the long days of summer. Then I got a Man in the Box segment coming up. I got another movie review for you guys. And just more Bet Detective work anyway. All right. Let me tell you about Underdog. I need to fast forward through Underdog. Why am I so slow with the design thing? Here we go. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million of first place, no waiver wire. 2 first place, no waiver wire. Now I'm like Lou Holtz. No arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog, also a great place to play Pick'em. Pick'em entry, you can sign up with promo code BOMBS. Claim your special pick, first-time deposit offer to $1,000 and bonus credits. Underdog Fantasy, promo code BOMBS. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you with props. You heard us talk about Rhythm before. They just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. Power Trends are updated daily, exclusive to the Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean, data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app, check out our Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. I think they let Jackson Merrill under 1.5 total bases if you want to do that. That's a good Rhythm entry. And we're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I'm your host, the Bet Detective, the Laddie Daddy, the Bombino. If you're in the chat here, oh, look at that. We got some chat here. Feach, of course, is in the chat room. Sean Green of the Sports Gaming Podcast Network's in the chat room to see Generates. Let's see what kind of sports chat he wants to talk about. Maybe he's interested in one of the top gambling scandals that I've been mentioning. Maybe he wants to tribute Dave Parker. Maybe he has a baseball series play of his own. Let's see. CJ, would you like an iced coffee? Sean would like to know, and to let everyone know how generous he is to get you a coffee. That must be from Ryan Kramer. Well, that's fantastic. That's a peek behind the curtain. I'll say yes to that. I'll tweet black in. I'll tweet black in. I was thinking I have my coffee black, but I don't want it. With a little bit of cream. I'll say iced with a little bit of cream. Is that soft? See, generous? Have a little bit of cream, a little bit of half and half. People like to make fun of that. I was called, well, I won't even say what I was called for having cream in my coffee the other day, but it wasn't manly. I'll tell you that much. But isn't that great? them coming in there with helping the show along. That's what we got the dog days of summer. But you're damn right I'll take an iced coffee. What's your limit? We're at quarter to as we're recording now live, it's a 1:45. And Pacific time, LA. If I have iced coffee after 4 o'clock, that's when we're in a danger zone, I think. That's a push as Ryan Kramer comes in. Kramer, what's the latest you go with a caffeine or coffee you think for your whole day's ruined?
Probably now.
Right now. That's what I'm saying. We're pushing the level right now. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock I can do. But you get after 4 or 5, I mean, that could wreck your week, for crying out loud.
Wreck your night.
Absolutely. What's going on here? Is there sound problems?
Maybe a little delay. I think we're good now, though.
All right. It's just everyone's slacking in the summer. The system's slacking, the internet's slacking, the sports are slacking. That's why people are going on vacations. There it is, Ryan Kramer. Well, I'll be in the car with Ryan Kramer. He'll be part of the new $20 to $20 million. We're doing the road. Feach says Sean stacking the macchiato green. I like that, Feach. All right, where was I? Talking gambling scandals. Having fun with this category. I like this. And we're not saying, any of these are crimes, for crying out loud. I mean, they are crimes technically. They're against the rules. They're rules, but I mean, who cares?
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
A lot of them are just being, their only crime is being dumb, as we like to say. Most criminals' only crime is being dumb. How about your Calvin Ridley, who put in parlay cards while on painkillers while he was hurt at home? Put the Jags in there, whatever. Or those Iowa State players that would hammer like 1,000 $15 parlays in their mom's, and they would set up their account in their mom's name. You really? Quarterback for Iowa State, your mom puts in about 8 teasers a day, you think, for $15? Is that what she does? Well, I think your mom or you have a bad gambling problem. See, that's how a lot of these guys get caught. They sign up with their usernames with their jersey number in there. Not Malik Beasley, 45. Okay, you know what? I did not think this account was suspicious until I saw this name. I think he might be Malik Beasley, boss. You get someone underneath you to place the bets. Or either an assistant or like Shohei. You get an interpreter to make $20 million worth of bets, and then when he gets caught, you say, "I had no idea. He stole it from me," and then he goes to jail for you. That's how you do it. That's smart thinking.
Finally, Big Earn is above the law. It's a great.
Now, of course, the reason why gambling in sports is such a no-no, and every league wants to be removed from it, obviously, immediately, is because, one, the Chicago Black Sox. That was the ultimate scandal that set the tone for everything that they still haven't shaken the stench off of. If when things are fixed and you have no integrity, then you don't have a sport. If anything's fixed, that's why the thing with Pete Rose came down so hard, even though he was betting on his own team, just the whiff of it. If the game is, fixed and you have no integrity, then you have nothing. The White Sox one was amazing. And no one's ever done anything like that before. No team is going to fix a World Series. That's insane. They had half the goddamn team fixing it, but then half not. You imagine trying to fucking pay off 9 Major League Baseball players right now? Their salaries are in the billions, for crying out loud. Shoeless Joe Jackson famously did not do it, but he still got banned. But if you've ever seen the movie 8 Men Out with John Cusack, it sums it up pretty good. They were the 1919 World heavy favorites over the Reds. And then a bunch of bookies bet on the Reds, and word got out that it might be in the fix. This is back when the series was like best of 13. Many of the details remain murky, debated a century later. It's unquestioned members of the White Sox took money from gamblers and the condition that they lost the series. You know what's funny? In order for the bookies to know that someone was in on the fix for the White Sox, because they pretty much paid everyone. This is how they did it in 1919. The mob paid every single player, and you either took it or you didn't. You either fixed it or you didn't. So in order for them to know that this guy was on the hook, the starting pitcher for the White Sox would beam the first batter and the first couple batters. Just beam them. All right, that's a subtle sign. Here we are, game 1 of the World Series. This is exciting. Oh, hit in the face. My God. Oh, there's some fun. There's some happy Italians in the crowd, though. They were down 4-1 in the series. What? How is that series not over? Then they won the next 2 games before succumbing 10-5 in the 8th game. The players involved reportedly became angry at failure to receive upon payment. Then they didn't get paid. You got to get paid in advance. They abandoned the plot after the 5th game, apparently. Hilarious. A grand jury in 1920 indicted 8 players and 5 gamblers. 8 players. Shoeless Joe was among those changed, even though he battled .375 in the series and threw out 5 runners. Yeah, but you could have hit 500. That pitcher was a mop. A jury acquitted all 8 players of anything criminal. That's the thing. Like, how is this thing a crime, for crying out loud?
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
It becomes a crime fixing games and sports because there's usually the mob involved. And so anytime there's a mob involved, the government will create crimes to get them in jail. Like the RICO and racketeering, you know. Racketeering. Mario Joyner has a famous joke, like racketeering. People are going away 15, 20 years in jail for racketeering. So that's a long time. I wouldn't know if someone was racketeering right in front of me. The hell's racketeering? They're going away to jail for 20 years. It's made up to get mobsters in jail. That's why it was the famous Boston College point shaving. Maybe the most famous point shaving scandal was Boston College. Rick Kuhn, who's in Pittsburgh, he went to jail for a long time. The guy Henry Hill, the guy Ray Liotta played in Goodfellas. Henry Hill got a hold of this kid in New York, whatever, and he's a Boston College basketball player, convinced him to point shave. And this was so low on Henry Hill's line, you know, of crimes he's did. The one time he was bragging to the FBI how he had point shave. He was just bragging, whatever. He was on the wire, whatever. Henry Hill from Goodfellas. He was talking about the point shaving in Boston College, and the FBI was like, "Wow, that's something." He didn't even know it was a crime. Henry Hill. It's like, how's this a crime? Well, because you're Henry Hill and you murdered people, and we don't know how to get you for murder. So just like Al Capone and taxes, we're gonna get you for having this Boston College kid shave points. And because of that, this poor kid and Jimmy Burke, the guy De Niro played, they're involved in this. It was just funny. So these mobsters, Henry Hill and Jimmy Burke, that's what they went away for, this Boston College thing, which is crazy. And this Boston College kid got hung up in it. And he went to jail for like 6 years or something, 12 years. And he missed a couple jump shots, but he's got to go to go to jail for 12 years. And the government's like, yeah, sorry, there's nothing really we could do. We had to lump you in with the mafia, you know, because you're doing mafia things. Like, what? All he did was turn the ball over a couple times. Yeah, I know. You're right. Hey, you're not wrong. But this is kind of what we got to do. We got to, you know, we fuck people over. So. Henry Hill's organized project. The first 8 games involving bets against Boston College resulted in 4 wins, 2 losses, and 2 pushes. 4-2-2 is not a great record for fixed games. They put the largest sum of money yet on the 9th game. Holy Cross versus BC. Crusaders versus the Eagles. And when BC covered the spread, the angry gamblers abandoned the scheme. That's hilarious. So they lost that. Like, fuck this. He doesn't even know how to fix a game. Like I was saying, these players don't know how to fix games that well. But now it's all great. Now we have everything covered. Oh man. So that's what I'm trying to think. There's the Pete Rose, of course, gambling. Pete Rose was just a degenerate like us, degenerates. He was just a good old fashioned gambler. That's why I like the Pete Rose story. Pete Rose gambled on everything, ran it up to a bookie, and he wouldn't pay a lot because he's Pete Rose. He always denied that he bet on baseball. He got done dirty by the commissioner where he admitted it, but like, okay, it can't come out. Then it came out. He's like, what the fuck? You said you weren't going to tell anyone. Like, yeah, I didn't think you were going to tell me. But first of all, Pete, of course you bet on baseball. It's the one sport you know best. You've been playing baseball your whole life. Why wouldn't you bet on baseball? No, I don't touch baseball. I just women's lacrosse and ping pong for me. Thank you very much. That's why I love that argument against Shohei. No, Shohei had nothing to do with it. Really? He's the one rich Asian man that does not like to gamble? Okay. Sure. All right. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani, the most competitive man probably on that continent, doesn't gamble at all, huh? Okay. All right. Fair enough. So then Pete Rose leaned into it and then became a gypsy. There's so many different ones. There's the Northwest, the Arizona State point shaving one. That was a weird TV movie. Steve Smith, he got a year in jail. These guys got years in jail for this. Is insane. This is for people losing money. Jeff Clare, welcome to the chat. He says he cooked a rack of ribs and has the house to himself tonight. Come over if close by. I don't know who he's talking to, but people are offering me coffee. People are telling me to come over for ribs. It's the summer. The show's slowing down. But thank you, C-Generates. Thank you for the offer. That's great. It's going to be tough. I don't know. I'm having a plant delivered to my house. So a fake plant, but I love the thing. It's coming today. If you're not going to be home, tell us. We'll make. Of course, I'm not going to be home. Who's home? Monday afternoon. I love when they do that. When they drop something off your place. UPS loves that. They'll put a slip. Sorry, you weren't here at 12:15 on Tuesday. How about if we try again? Let's say, I don't know, tomorrow, same exact time. Will you be here tomorrow? In the middle of the day? No, it won't be, UPS. I wasn't here today or yesterday during work hours, so no. All right, well, we'll just keep it. We'll put it in our factory and then have you drive up to fucking Bakersfield to get it. Anyway, again.
And once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to The Man and the Box.
I almost wanted to play the entire Lou Holtz video for you. First,
good luck to you.
First of all, that's going to do it for the gambling scandals. I did the baseball bombs. Thank you, everyone. Let's get into the box. I should play the Lou Holtz video himself. Would that be fun? Let me see if that would be fun. See if I have to share the screen. I should have worked out beforehand. Share screen. This is Chrome tab. Oh, here we go. Like I said, all right, I'm going to try this out, C-Generate. So I am the commissioner of a fantasy football league. Chicago Comics, old buddies, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And last year I wanted to do the draft order. You know, you pick names out of a hat. Last year I thought it'd be fun. I got a cameo of the quarterback Jim Miller. He did it. He was great. This year I upped the ante with Lou Holtz, Notre Dame head coach. And I gave him the names of teams in our league. And in parentheses, a couple word description, because they charge you by the word. A couple word descriptions of each owner. Maybe you can, riff a little bit. to a thing. That's what Jim Miller did. He was great. I realized immediately that Lou did not really get the assignment. He just read back what I wrote him in order. So there was no randomness, no nothing. But I did get my full money's worth, because not only might this be the last ever recorded video of anything Lou Holtz does, because he does not seem healthy, but he made up new words and new names and new different things. Let's see what we can do. All right, here we go. Here we are. We're sharing Lou Holtz. This is Lou Holtz. Full cameo. Well worth it. It's also very sad. No, that's muted, huh? That's not here. All right, hold on. I need that. There's no volume on that, right? Man, I gotta figure these things out. God damn it. Why wouldn't this why won't this play? I mean, I guess I could play the audio with it. You know, let me do that. I mean, I know I could do the audio with it. I mean, in this thing. Let me do that. All right, hold on, C-Generous. This is, boy, thank God I don't have a producer. Thank God I'm the man in the box here and just a producer in here, so you can see how easy this is for me. All right, we're going to do, ready?
You're listening?
All right, let's try it again.
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to the Man and the Box and the Bottom Line Bombast. Good luck to you.
Bombasted, he says.
Now, this is Lou Holtz, and here's the order of the draft pick. I hope you make good choices. Remember this. Number 1, Blue Steel. Huge Notre Dame fan and a cutthroat. Brandy's pacemaker, Stanwyck. The Commish, Cincy Deers. Emotionally erratic, blood fart, cerebral Lil. Mermaids, theatrical Roma. Cigaretta, unstable in a fun way. Middle management, zesty champ. Cooperates, unpredictable woodsman. Girls that say blank. Musician dad. Dumpster vibe. Self-absorbed, delusional. And Johnny LaBombe, embassy, embarrassing dad. I love y'all, but remember this, just make good choices. Whoever wins this fantasy league will be because of the person that made best choices. You choose people that are productive, that don't make an awful lot of plays, you're choosing to finish last in the league. However, on the other hand, you make good choices, picking people that are team-oriented and people that are productive. You will win it. So good luck to you, whoever does it. God bless. Go Irish.
Go Irish. Oh man. One take, Lou. I've felt that cough before. Oh boy, this might be it. This might be it cough. There it is. The great Lou Holtz, everyone. Maybe one of his last final performances. Whoever's holding him hostage is very sad, but it's great. Got my money's worth. Good Lord. That was something. Hey, let's do a movie review. I promised you last time, C-Generates, I promised you I'd watch that Wes Anderson movie over the weekend. I did not. I broke that promise. I apologize. I had it queued up. I had it playing. It took 1 minute into it. I was like, I can't do this right now. I just can't. I have to be in such a mood now for movies. But I saw one yesterday. Why? Because I was outside walking Hollywood Boulevard and it was hot. and I realized it was too hot to be walking. So I'm like, I need to be in air conditioning right now. Air conditioning is very important to my summer. I plan my entire days around it. Movie theaters, casinos, CVS, Walgreens, you know what I mean? They have the best air conditioning. Actually, people don't like going into a CVS. You know, they think it's kind of like a medicinal or whatever. And it's kind of gross. I mean, I love it. First of all, those doors, they open like a church on the street. You know, you walk by them and you get blasted by that cold air. I drop my bags right there in the lot, right at the doorstep. They know I'm not there to buy anything. I'm there 6 hours. I'm getting my pulse taken in the back. I'm looking at the magazines. They still got magazines. You can hang meat in that fucking CVS. That air conditioning's so good. Give me a lab coat. I want a job application. This is the best summer. This is the best summer spot in the city, baby. Anyway. Feach wants to know where Mark May is right now with the spirit of Beano Cook. Wonder where Mark May is. Mark May is one of the last to survive. So I popped in a theater and I saw at the Chinese Man's Theater on Hollywood Boulevard. They got a nice AC unit at the IMAX. Saw the F1. Saw the Brad Pitt Formula One racing movie.
It's showtime. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
And of course, it's not a NASCAR. Although he starts off with NASCAR to keep the Americans in it because we don't really do Formula One. It's too sophisticated for us. It was fine, whatever. It's a ride, you know. Could have used a little less laps for my taste, if you know what I mean. I think every movie's too long. It's just hard to get over Brad Pitt as anything else but Brad Pitt. I forget what his character's name even was, but he should just introduce himself. Hey, I'm Brad Pitt. Who are you? Mario Andretti? Nice to meet you. I'm Brad Pitt. I'm extremely handsome. Like, I don't get why every person he comes across in the movie, their character doesn't immediately fall in love and try to sleep with Brad Pitt. Men, woman, cars, animals, everything. Everyone should be just jumping on Brad Pitt. Of course, he has a love interest in this one. And also his rival's mom likes him too. He should be banging them all. It's Brad Pitt, for crying out loud. He's in his 60s, a handsome little devil still. It's incredible. Anyway, the racing scenes were good, I guess, in the IMAX. I don't know. It's just like, okay, this is happening. Air conditioning, popcorn, some noises and music. The score was good. If you're into that kind of stuff, but yeah, it's racing. Not to spoil it. Speaking of spoilers, I'm just kidding. There's no spoilers. What do you think happens? You could write down exactly what happens. That should be a game. What do you think happens in this movie? He's an old driver who gets one last shot. You know, he was a talent as a younger, and he got in an accident. I couldn't see that coming. Oh, he got in an accident that affected his whole career, and now he gets another shot. What do you think he does? You think he wins? Think he wins a race? He wins a race. All right, I'll spoil it for you. I always tell people to spoil shit for me. I love when people say, hey, don't mean to spoil this for you. No, spoil away. It'll save me having to see it. Whatever it is. I just want it checked off my list. I'm not watching things to enjoy it. I'm watching things to get over with so I can have a conversation. Hell, I don't even know what I think of these movies until I read the reviews afterwards. Tell me what I thought. Did I like this? Phone. What did I like? What did I like about it? I need to tell someone why I like this. I have no idea. But it was fine. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was good. Whatever. I don't even know if it was good. Like I said, I got more reading to do if I find out if it was good. Anyway. But that's you asked for more movie reviews, that's what you got. F1, Brad Pitt, 3 bombs out of 5. We'll come up with a different system. Yeah, I got 3 bombs out of 5. Brad Pitt, just too handsome. He's too handsome for his own good, that guy. All right, that'll do it for today's show. The Man in the Box, Bottom Line Bombs. Thank you, everyone who did join the chat, including Feach, who actually gave real points on the show, unlike the other people who were asking me for coffee and ribs. But I appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you subscribe to the Bottom Line Bombs on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up if you're watching it now. We need the thumbs up. We need the algorithms. Throw comments in there. Give me a 5-star review on Spotify. Tell 50,000 of your friends. iTunes, whatever. Help me out. Like I said, you got another show Wednesday. I'm going to break down the hot dog eating contest. A lot of good bets in that market. Some more baseball bets. And then July 4th weekend, I'll be in Vegas doing shows with VSiN. And then all next week off, vacation. I'll have bonus episodes up there, though. $20 into $20 million. And then we're back at it for the British Open. So this will be great. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Get in your cars and go home.